Hi everybody, my name is Robin and welcome to my channel Bird's Eye Stitches. Today is Sunday, it's March 22nd, and this is a channel about cross stitch. So if you are here for the first time, then thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you like cross stitch, and otherwise you might get bored, but welcome regardless. And if you are returning, then thank you so much for coming back. I always love to see you guys come back and leave comments and all of that good stuff. Right now, a lot of you may have, more time on your hands, or you might have less time on your hands, depending on what the kid's situation and all of that is. But regardless, if you are choosing to spend any of that time with me, then I am truly honored, and just thank you for coming by and thank you for watching. So, with that said, I have all kinds of stuff to go over with you guys. I have finishes, I have new starts, I have haul, holy haul, I have haul. It's a lot of haul. Wow, and I'm checking out my hair right now. I know you all are here for cross stitch and not my hair, but this is like, we're in quarantine chic. That's what I keep calling everything. Everything is quarantine chic. But I did shower. It might have been last night, but I showered last night, so I'm fairly clean, but You're here for cross stitch, right? Cross stitch, not hair. Before we jump into the cross stitch, a quick little bit of life updates. My in-laws were here. They came to visit. They were originally coming to visit for my daughter's spring break. Of course, her spring break has been extended like everybody else's. Right now, she is set to go back to school after April 10th, and we will see if that happens. But my in-laws came. We were originally going to be, doing the zoo and museums and all of those family-oriented sightseeing, touristy, the stuff you do when people come to visit. We didn't do any of those things because my in-laws are, of course, a little bit older and a little bit higher risk. I still have to go to work every day, and so I felt I was already taking enough chances and bringing home the crud, and so, we stayed home, we puzzled, we family stuff, stitched, did a lot of stitching, did some home improvement stuff, all of that. But yeah, they came down. They actually brought toilet paper with them, so when they got here, they walked in and they said, "We have toilet paper," so bless them for that, because before we knew that this was going to go all cuckoo, we go to Costco, we buy our big thing of toilet paper. We're a household of 3. That lasts us 6 months, and then we buy another one. By the time we started to run low and went to go buy our next crate, it was gone. So that was before this truly blew up, but it was like the very beginning of the crazy blow up. So we haven't been able to find any since, and we were okay, but we were still getting a little low, and we're a little bit concerned that with 2 additional bodies in our house that we might get lower quicker. But they came and they brought a little 6-pack with them, so my in-laws rock. What can I say? Yeah, they were here, they left yesterday, got home. I already alluded to the fact that I'm still going to work every day. So if you don't know, I work for a police department, and so my department is still an essential personnel area. We are looking at shifting to a work from home environment. It's not there yet. It's not even 100%, but I at least want to look into some of those options. For now, we're being creative with scheduling, and no one's allowed in our department short of our own staff. The whole PD is pretty much skeleton crew. I mean, most places are working from home, but at the end of the day, honestly, I'm thrilled to have a job. I'm thrilled to be healthy. Our family is healthy. We're happy, and I have income. So honestly, I cannot ask for anything more than that. I'm also able to be here with you guys. So that is enough of the life updates. We'll jump right into the normal video. Flosstuber that I have been watching and loving is Stitcher Mel. Her name is Melissa. I will link her below. I watched her video a few weeks back. It was her 3,000 subscriber video, so congratulations on that. Because she already has 3,000 subscribers, most of you all probably already know who she is, and you know, I'm behind the times, but I've been watching her videos. I kind of got caught up in some of her old ones. I found that when I'm stitching, normally I'm stitching and I have Flosstube kind of on in the background, and any video where I find myself kind of looking up at the TV more than I'm looking down at my stitching, I kind of jot down their name for, you know, for reference in a future video. But she's fantastic. She got me hooked on a new Facebook group, which I did not write down. But when you see the fabric that I bought from the group, I know I have the Facebook group written on the fabric, so I will share that with you all. It's also a group that you all probably already know about, but I never visited, and I went on, I bought way too many pieces of fabric, and it's fun though. So she definitely influenced me in that world. And I actually won something from her channel, so I will go over that in the haul portion, but I won a little gift from her, and I think that that is actually my first Flosstube win. You know, first Flosstube item, I think. Maybe not, but most recent one, I guess. I don't know, but you'll see when we get to the haul portion at the end. First, finishes. I like to do finishes first because they're exciting. I don't have them all the time. In theory, I'm going to have them a lot more because I've been stitching a lot more, but still, there's videos where I just have a bunch of whips. This one is not one of those. I have two finishes. So the first one is Virgo. You probably guessed if you saw my last video that this one would be a finish because I only had a tiny little bit left, but she turned out beautifully. That is what the pattern looks like. They of course stitched theirs on a black Aida or linen. I did not, so mine looks different. Mine is on a pretty green. Here we go. Ta-da! I don't remember the name of this Aida cloth. It's a hand-dyed part of a Fabric of the Month club that I was part of years and years and years ago. Maybe Pickled? I know I mentioned it in a previous video, so I'm gonna have to go back and take a look and just try to link it below, but this was the first Fabric of the Month club I had ever joined, and it was right when I first really got into stitching. I think I have 12 pieces. I do, because I have 12 pieces of fabric in all different colors, of course, obviously, Fabric of the Month, but I'm going to be using a different color for each one of these guys. So I just kind of tried to choose which color would go well with the design. Don't know how I'm gonna finish them in the end, but we'll see. Anyway, she turned out great. I was really debating on backstitching her, but now that she's completely done, I kind of just like the look of it like this. Normally I would try to add a little bit of backstitch just to kind of have her pop out from the green a little bit, but I actually kind of like how subtle it is with the color combination. So I'm calling her done. Done and complete. On to the next. I don't know what month I'm gonna do next. I know for this one, the way that I chose her was I literally closed my eyes and I did the, you know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This was the winner. So I'm gonna do the same for the next month because all of them are kitted and ready to go. I mean, they, for the most part, use the same color floss. I'm just kind of rotating the same floss bag around until I run out. And they all have their fabric already picked out. So I will have a new one started sometime later on this week. We'll see. All right, Virgo is complete. The second finish that I had is one that you guys have probably seen a bajillion times. I'm kind of behind in this world, but I started it long, long ago and I finally finished it. It is Basket of Cherries by Blackbird Designs, called for everything. I think that I used maybe 3 DMC colors. The rest was Gentle Arts. That's what they say it looks like. Mine looks pretty close to that. See if I can pick this up right. Okay. Looks like this. Go. This was actually my first time doing these like Smyrna cross. I'm saying that wrong, that's what I'm calling it, the Smyrna cross. I think they turned out pretty good. They were actually really easy. It was also my first time doing the satin stitch. So the whole reason why I even picked this up to begin with was because I needed to learn some of these fancy stitches before I started to tackle them on the giant samplers that I have that I will one day do. I didn't want to, if I messed it up on this, that's okay. If I mess it up on, a sampler that I've spent months and months on, that's not okay. So, yeah, first time with the satin stitch. They turned out pretty good. Let's see. I think the first one that I did was this guy here. It'll focus. And you can still see some of the fabric on the sides. I think what I was doing is I was actually pulling it a little bit too tight. And so by the end, these ones down here, they look a lot better than the beginning ones, but still, I'm happy with it. Again, it's Blackbird Designs, called for everything. So I'm gonna look at the chart to figure out what the heck this dang fabric is. 32 count Cocoa by Weeks Dye Works. I'm assuming that that's what I got because when I bought this, it actually came in a big bag. So there was nothing on the fabric other than the fabric with the chart. So 32 count, I would say yes. I think it's Cocoa. I don't know, but it turned out nice. Don't know how to finish it. It reminds me of a pillow or something along those lines would be cute, but I don't know how to make a pillow, so maybe I'll have time to learn. You never know. We'll see. But 2 finishes in the last couple of weeks, so happy to see that. Since I had a couple finishes, of course, that means I had some new starts. So you guys know that I ordered Spring Quaker. Seen this before. Spring Quaker, Rosewood Manor. My friend Carolyn, Seasook Stitch, link that below as well. We are both working on this along with everybody who's joining the Stitch Along on the Garon Toten Bags Facebook group. They are also doing a sal with this Quaker. We kind of got a head start. I mean, for me, I'm so slow that I need a head start just to sort of keep up with the rest of the people in the sal. But I got this ordered, I got it started. I'll show you how far I got. I'm so silly. When I first started this, I thought, I'm gonna get that first motif done. Easy peasy. I did get the first motif done, but I swear this took me 8 hours. I'm not even exaggerating. So, motif number 1, try to get this to focus. There it goes. My pin stitch is definitely getting better. I say this is the first grown-up cross-stitch piece I have ever done. I mean, I own samplers. I've been buying them lately. I've never done one, not like a true big sampler. I've never done a Quaker. So, say my first grown-up piece. I greatly underestimated the amount of colors going on. As you can see, I have all kinds of needles pre-threaded with floss because originally I was trying to use one needle. Normally I only use 1 or 2 needles in every piece, and I just sit there and change out the colors. But in this case, that would have taken me all day. So I have my needles all pre-threaded. And in this case, I know what color is on what needle. I know typically you would want to lay them out and label them and all of that. But these colors were different enough that I knew what was on what. So it worked for me for now. I'm sure going forward, I'm going to put them in some more organized, a more organized way. But for now, it works. Because of this piece, I actually had to do something that I've never had to do before. I had to buy needles. So, if you can believe that I have been stitching for 15-ish years, probably, somewhere in there. So a long time. I mean, obviously, first grown-up piece, so stitching little small things here and there, but still, for quite some time. And I have never in my life had to actually buy a package of needles. I would use the needles that came in kits. I would keep them, I would reuse them. That was it. So that's not gonna work anymore because I have so many whips that require different colors that I had to break down and place an order for needles. So that is part of why I have Holy Haul going on, because you can't just go and order a package of needles. That's not a thing. That's not a thing that I can do. And so we have what happened. But anyway, I got needles, I got charts. I have Spring Quaker. The first motif is done. What I'm actually going to do is all of the words I'm going to stitch in DMC. I can't bring myself to separate the beautiful Valdani floss. So I'm going to try to find a DMC color that I think will look nice. I thought about actually stitching each one of the words in a different DMC color, like freesia. I was gonna stitch in a color, whatever color freesia is, you know, and kind of carry that throughout the piece. But then I was looking at it and I really like the fact that the green kind of blends in and then it allows all of these Quakers to really pop. So I feel like if I change the words that it might take away from the rest of the look, but I don't know, I'm still debating. I mean, obviously I haven't done a word yet. I may wait till I have a couple different Quakers done before I make that decision and just kind of see how it looks. But regardless, I'm going to use a DMC. I don't know what color, but I have plenty of colors in my stash that would work. I feel like I might even have a green that's similar to the called for color. So if need be, I can just do that. But 8 hours of stitching. Quaker number 1 is complete. I did an actual happy dance. It's beautiful, but it's hard. Like it's hard. The next motif that I'm gonna do is actually this one right here. Way easier looking because it's not just one little X at a time. Well, it is one X at a time, but it's not by itself. You know what I mean. Moving on. The second one that I have was a new start also. It is by Lulu Stitches, Walking on Sunshine. Looks like this. I put up a post in the Facebook group Stitch Mania, and I kind of asked for some opinions, asked for some votes, saying, hey, I'm finishing up this piece, which one should I do next? I really wanted to do one that was bright and sunny, and you all know from a previous video that I had this one all kitted up and ready to go. So this one won in the votes department. So I started it just maybe 2 days ago. A little bit of good progress though. Looks like this. So this right here, the new grime guard. I had to pick up a new Q-snap because I had so many whips going on. I actually only had 2 11 by 11 Q-snaps, and that's my favorite size. So I picked up a third, and I cannot buy a Q-snap without buying a new grime guard. So this one here, as you probably guessed, Garon toten bags. It has bees on it, and it's yellow, and it's spring, and it's yellow, so had to have it. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for this piece. So that is the grime guard. The fabric that I'm using is Babbling Brook. It's a hand-dyed 28 count linen, and I got it from Cross Stitch Express. So they have at least they used to have a group on Facebook. I hope that they still do. That was one of the groups that I actually left only because I kept buying so much stuff that I couldn't be trusted just to kind of watch it. So I had to leave the group. But great group of people, great items. If you're curious, go check it out. Cross Stitch Express. But this linen, I mean, if that doesn't say sky, I don't know what does. It's looking pretty good so far. I was thrilled to see that my border matched up. Anytime there's a border, I try to stitch the border first, only because I don't want to get, you know, stitching away on the inside and then I do the border around it only to find I was off somewhere. So I do the border first if I can, and if it matches, I do a happy dance, and then I stitch the inside. So I'm stitching this sun, and once I finish the sun, then I will move on to the next motif in Spring Quaker, or the next Quaker in Spring Quaker. But got that far. He is super cute. You can't go wrong with bright yellow. I could stitch in bright yellow all day long. In fact, I may have to do that on a future project. Like one of the monotone ones, just choose a good yellow and go with it. But this will be really fun. I don't know that I've seen this project done on Flosstube, so if you have stitched this, let me know. Again, it was Walkin' on Sunshine by Lulu Stitches. So super quick, super easy, really bright, fun, perfect for spring. All right, that is what we had for that. So those were all that I really worked on. The 2 whips, which were also new starts, and the 2 finishes. So beyond that, I have haul. Like I said, it's like holy haul. I will start by a little bit of Stitchy Kindness. Like as I mentioned before, I entered a contest from Stitcher Mel, and I won, so that was super exciting. I won just a tiny little chart, but what really made my day is that she had a little bit of extras in there and a really beautiful card. So this is what I entered to win. It is Let It Snow by Tiny Modernist. I love this pattern. I normally don't really like lettering that much, but I love that these are stitched letters, like crosses that make up the letters and not just like backstitchy style letters. Is that a word, backstitchy? I like these. I like the colors, the white and the red, and it was super cute, super easy. And this will definitely be a card that I make for this Christmas. So I was thrilled to hear that I won. Then when it came in the mail, I was more thrilled because number 1, it came with a needle minder. I mean, seriously, this is easily my new favorite needle minder. Not only is it R for Robin, but it's flat, which I appreciate in a needle minder. It's lightweight. It has a nice big magnet, so it's nice and strong. And it's Scrabble. I love Scrabble. I'm terrible at Scrabble, but I love Scrabble. And it looks like this came from Crafting Forever Housework. Oh, I lied. That's just a cute saying. It just came from winning, I guess. I don't know who made it, but it's adorable. I'm going to use it. Thank you so much for including that. So it came with that. And then the best part of all of this, she made a card. How pretty is this card? I'm going to hang this card up in my stitch room. It's going on a wall. It is just gorgeous. She wrote in there like a nice little handwritten note, which is amazing. It says that there is a bird stamp. So I guess this is a stamp. I'm not a card maker. I think they're beautiful. I've never really ventured down that road, but just how pretty is that? So Melissa, thank you so much. You will end up with a little bit of a thank you gift in the mail from me as well, because I mean, this truly, it made my day. I know, when people, if they enter giveaways and then they get something, that's exciting on its own. But when there's something like a little handmade card or something in there, at least for me, I mean, brightens the whole week. So thank you. It's beautiful. All right, I also got from Stitchy Kindness, I guess you could say, my good friend Andrea, who I have connected with through the land of cross stitch. Like I mentioned earlier, my favorite thing about Flosstube, cross stitching communities, all of that is just to be able to connect with others that enjoy the same craft. And especially right now, the digital way is kind of the only way to really do it. So anyway, I met her through my friend Carolyn, and we chat back and forth here and there, but she was doing kind of a clean out of her stitch room, and she mailed some charts. And when I say some charts, I mean, I got all kinds of amazing stitchy goodies. So I picked out just some of the highlights to show you guys because the things that either I haven't seen very often or just the things that really stood out, as in I need to kit these up immediately and get them stitching, but I will show those to you guys. So there's some really fun ones in here. The first one is Zippity Doodah by Lottie Da. Looks like this. So this song, so Zippity Doodah, when I was a kid, my mom and I, we used to sing this song all the time. This was probably my favorite song, like my whole tiny childhood. I mean, yeah. So when I saw this, it really jumped out to me. Plus, it's got a bird. So, you know, I love birds. You haven't guessed already. It's perfect. Thank you for this. I've never seen this done. I've never seen this chart. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in the same colors. Blues are not my favorite. I like them. I don't love them. This would be a very easy one to do a color conversion. We'll see, but it will happen in the near future. Also have one by Barbara Anna Designs. It's called The Raven. It says it's a scissor fob. I don't know if I would make it into a scissor fob. Looks like this. Sorry, there's some glare, but it would take me forever because I have all this stuff to show you guys to take it out of the packaging. I was not that prepared. But number one, this raven, let me see if I can, okay. There is a raven wearing a crown with checkerboard wings. Yep. If for nothing else, just that guy, this is amazing. So I don't have any scissor fobs on. If I'm being honest, I don't know what a scissor fob is for. Like, I see everyone makes them and I know everyone loves them, and this is not a diss on scissor fobs at all, but what do you do with them? Do they just show you where your scissor is? I don't know. So, any of you guys have videos and you want to go over and show what the scissor fob is for, or comment below, that is fine too, because I really want to get one. I think I've seen ones that have beads and stuff on them, but then I have it in my hand. Like if I see one at my local LNS, and I'll go up to the cash register and then I think, what do I actually do with this? I don't know. So you guys know, let me know. All right, we also got, what is this one called? The Wise Old Witch. Anything that only has one color on it, it speaks to me. This is a one color wonder. I love this little witch. Just love her. I will definitely be doing a gray background similar to this. I've got all kinds of gray fabric because gray is probably my favorite. And this will not be one that I stitch in yellow. Probably black, maybe not, I don't know. I already did a piece in all three, in that DMC 310. I think I've had my share of 310 for a while. The alien piece that I finished just a few videos ago was all DMC 310. So if I do black, it'll be a different black. But this will have to happen. It's beautiful. I love it. On the Halloween train, we also have Happy Halloween. Oh, I'm sorry, it's called Old Witch in the Moon. A Halloween mini-series. Needle Bling Designs. Never heard of them. But what a cute witch. I love the green and I love the witchy nose. Look at that. The witchy nose with a cat sitting on it and a spider. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Plus it is, I think that would be a fairly quick stitch. So love that. I do like Halloween. I think I like Christmas more, but I enjoy Halloween as well. So I think those are really the only two holidays I generally stitch, but I don't stitch them on the holiday. I just stitch them whenever, but usually those are the patterns that kind of speak to me. So speaking of Christmas, I got two other Christmas charts. We have Heart in Hand, Wee Santa 96. I love him because he has adorable Harry Potter glasses. Let's see if it'll focus. There it goes. Yeah, the glasses, I love them. And he even has kind of like googly eyes going on. They're not quite centered. Focus camera. There it goes. Yeah, he is really cute. So he is one. He's also kind of card size, so card size is the way to go. I try to stitch a lot of cards around Christmas time. It essentially becomes a gift for a lot of people, you know, a stitch card and a little gift card, and call it a day. So, all right, last but not least that I will show you from the amazing Stitchy Kindness package is Dancing Snowmen. This is from You and I and Friends. You and I and Friends. Go, Denver, Colorado. I lived in Colorado and I've never been to this place. So if they're still around, I need to go check it out because I lived outside of Denver. My in-laws, they also live in Colorado. So next time I visit, I will have to see if this place is still in business. I don't know. Anyway, looks like this. Snowmen are my jam. I love snowmen. If I'm stitching Christmas, it is either stars or snowmen. So he is adorable. And I like that he has his little foot up. You know, you don't see that every day. Heck, I don't even see feet on snowmen every day, if I'm being honest, but I love him. He's adorable. Thank you, Andrea. This was another thing that has made the last couple weeks. Listen, it's been crazy. It's been crazy for everybody, but between winning that little, you know, the little package that had the nice card, and then getting a package of amazing stitchy goodies, just thank you. All right, as I mentioned before, I said Holy Haul. I've got some more to show. I'm not going to show all of it this time. I only have one more chart, and then we're going to dive into the land of fabric. I'm going to save the rest for the next video. Otherwise, this is like 30 minutes of haul and 20 minutes of stitching, and I love a good haul, but that's a little much. So also my buying has obviously slowed down dramatically. My husband, he works for the zoo, and so, you know, the zoo is closed, and obviously he still has to go in to care for the animals, but there is a very good chance that he may go down to part-time. They've already let quite a few staff members go. So I mean, we're fine either way. You know, we have savings and we have my own paycheck, so we're blessed in that area. But I also need to be mindful, and as I've got plenty of stitchy goodness to last me years and years and years of quarantine land. So we are fine in that department. But short of just a couple of pieces that I already have set to purchase, I had to slow down in the buying department just to be mindful that we may or may not have the same paychecks rolling in. So we'll see what happens. But I did pick up, along with my needles, 2 charts from 123 Stitch. When I did the order, Lindy Stitches was on sale, so I picked up 3 snows on a robin's tail, then spring, 3 snows. Looks like this, because it's springtime and it has a robin, and I just love the color of the breast on her. In fact, I also picked up the called for specialty floss because sometimes when I'm looking at a chart, I will usually do a DMC conversion if I don't have all the specialty flosses. Sorry, the sun's starting to go down, so it's kind of making a weird shadow. Anyway, sometimes I will do that, but if there's one color that really speaks to me, then essentially this is why I bought the chart. So I had to also get specialty floss. So pick both of those up. I've seen lots of people do this really fun piece, but this is my first one that I've ever gotten from Lindy Stitches. So I'm excited to stitch it and report back to see how I like it. The other one that I picked up was Steampunk Sparrow. Very different from the rest. Looks like this. Ta-da! I don't have anything anywhere close to this. I'm not even exactly sure like what spoke to me about this piece, but I love the colors and I love his little face. I think just because it was different. So I don't know when I'm gonna get around to this guy, but you know, you can't buy needles alone. And I usually try to keep my purchases to around 20 bucks when I'm on 123 Stitch. So This rounded it out nicely. We'll see. We'll see when I get to that one. All right, beyond that, fabric. What I'm actually lacking in my stash is fabric. And so when I heard about the Facebook group, it is Be Stitch Me. They have like a Friday night fight night or something like that, where she puts up all kinds of fabric and the first person to comment on it wins it. So I love that. This last week I only got 2 pieces because I was only looking for 2 pieces. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's someone on a motorcycle, like a dirt bike, going back and forth in front of my house. So people are bored. But anyway, so I only got 2 pieces this last week because that was honestly all that I needed for the things that I had in my near future. And the week before that, I went a little crazy and got more. So without further ado, I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. The first one is a 22 count Aida. It's a sky blue color. Looks like this. Try to show the color without blinding you with the glare. This is a very solid piece. There's not a whole lot of marbling to it, but that's good because I needed some solid pieces. I did some shopping on the By the Bay Needle Arts page and picked up quite a few pieces on that, which I will show you in the next video. But I needed some good blues and some good grays. So I like that this one was nice and solid. And it's an Aida, but it's nice and soft, and it's a 22 count. So that was perfect. It looks like this. I also grabbed, because it's kind of a grayish color, and it's my favorite. It's called Granite. It is a 36 count linen. Let's see, looks like this. This one is stinking gorgeous. I would buy 5 more of this one. It is a gray, but it's almost a greenish hue to it. It's just beautiful. I love it. I don't know what I'm gonna put on it. Although that steampunk might look kind of nice on there. And the witch that I got from Andrea may also look nice on there. So we'll see. Pick that one up. Then, kind of outside my norm, I chose this one because I don't own anything like it. I got one in the color, it's called Blackberry. It is a 32 count Lugana. It looks like this. It's a really nice purple. Blackberry is actually the perfect description of it. It's a purpley blue. There is some modeling to it, but it's, I'd say, a plummy purple and a light blue mix. But yeah, just gorgeous. I don't own any purple at all in my fabric stash, so I'm trying to get to where I have some, like, one piece of fabric in every color scheme, like, you know, a purple and a red and a green and a brown and a gray at any given time. That doesn't mean I need to have one of each color and each count and all of that, but something that I can pull from in each color in a pinch. I'm trying to kind of have that in my stash. Like I said, I have charts for days. I have DMC for days. I don't have much specialty floss, but I can make do. I did not have a lot of fabric, so we're getting there though. All right, the last piece of fabric that I got was, it's called Ice Queen. This is an opal. It's a Lugana 28 count. I love opal, especially in bright colors. It is so pretty. I almost don't want to stitch on it. But it looks like this. It's beautiful. I don't even know what to put on here. It's so pretty. Probably one of my By the Bay Needle Arts. I don't know. Although the opalness, that's a word. Yeah, so the opalness kind of makes me feel like maybe not one of the By the Bays, because those are more like a picture. And sometimes I feel like if it's opal, it needs to be more fun or playful. But I don't know. We'll see. Just beautiful. If you are not a part of that Facebook group, I highly recommend it. So every Friday, she puts up fabric and you can try to get it. But she also has Fabric of the Month clubs, and Saturdays she puts up little giveaways. I mean, it's a fantastic group. So one that I probably am going to be spending way too much money on in the near future, but that's okay because I enjoy it, and you can't stitch if you don't have fabric. So there's that. All right, Holy Haul is done. Finishes are done. New starts are done. My plans, honestly, are to finish up the sun and to get the second Quaker on the spring Quaker done. I also want to start working on the next month in, whatever it's called. Let's see. My brain is fried, you guys. I don't know why, but I think it was just a very long week last week, and now it's Sunday, and I have been talking for 40 minutes. Holy canna. This is my longest video yet, so that is why. But Satsuma Street, the next one in the Satsuma Street will probably get started. And those are really all my plans. Get back on here to talk with all of you guys sooner than 3 weeks. Back to my normal 2-week routine is the idea. Maybe 1 week, depending on how it goes. I don't know. But all right, all. Please stay healthy. Please stay happy. And I look forward to talking to you all in the future. Bye.